Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the video. My name is Bradley, also known as the Swim Coach. Today we're going to be looking at game week 19 points, who did well, who did bad, looking at my team, looking at your teams in my fantasy football league, who did well in that, who did bad in that, who's leading my fantasy football league. Also looking for game week 20. And seeing which players are the top players that are being sold and the top players that have been bought in and the reasons why. But first of all, if anyone wants to join my league, the code is going to be up here. This is the last week before the code disappears and no one's allowed to join my league from this week onwards or from after this game week. But also, if you want to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, it'd be much appreciated. I've got a bit of a challenge for myself. Let's see if I hit that by the 26th of April. And let's get into this video. So, I ended up with 63 points, which was below the average, which is not great. 142 was a top point scorer. Very nice. So, Flecken in the 3-1 loss to Arsenal, did concede 3 goals. I was trying to take him out for Sancho, but in the end it was quite good. Virgil van Dijk gave us 6 points, kept a clean sheet in that 5-0 thrashing to West Ham. Timber, well, got a yellow card and is now suspended for the next game week 20. He's picked up 5 yellow cards, so that's a bit of a naughty boy for him. And now, as you can probably tell, I do have to look at my team quite closely. Gabriel, just a 90 minutes played because that went for goal. Sarr just played 90 minutes. I thought he would do a bit better, but with Palace's fixtures coming up, we'll look into that. Enzo, again, not doing well for me. Chelsea did lose. A bit surprised. Maybe looking about getting rid of Enzo, potentially getting someone else in. But we'll have a look at that in the future. Mo Salah gave us 16 points. I didn't put him as my captain, so I thought Palmer would do better against Ipswich. But as you can see, Salah did score, got 2 assists, kept a clean sheet, and bonus points as well. Very nice. Anthony Gordon gave us 6 points, 3 points for the assist, and then 1 point for the clean sheet. And then also minutes played. Palmer only played in 90 minutes, gave us 2 points there, but as he was captain, gave us 4 points overall. Vice skipper was Jesus. Did score, got an assist, and got bonus points. So gave us 12 points there. So very lovely. And Wood, Chris Wood. Mark Wood's a cricket player. Scored, assist, and bonus points. So my forwards did really, really well this week. They're both getting 12 points, 24 points between them. Very lovely. Now, here we go. Could I have gained any additional points? Probably one. 1 additional points if Enzo came off and Weze came on. Other than that, Dunk would have been exactly the same as Timber. Kilman didn't play, did play, but conceded 5 goals. So that was quite lucky there. And Sancho, well, didn't even play. So actually Flecken was a subbed in, actually. So, interesting. Here are the results from this game week. Great result for Arsenal, starting the new year as a victory. So yeah, Newcastle winning against United, Ipswich winning against Chelsea, which was a big shock. Liverpool winning a few draws. West Ham, Spurs drawing to Wolves, very lovely. So yeah, I think Wolves are on a bit of a turnaround at the moment, so that could be very interesting. Let's have a look at who did well in my league. So at the moment, Oh, Rodgers is also going to be suspended for this game week as well. So he's got 2 players that are suspended. He's also got Haaland and Salah in his team. Could have gained 12 additional, a lot of additional points, having Hall and Pedro on the bench. They could have gained a lot of points. What, 4 points off here? Yeah. 3 points in total off. And 21 points. So, what, 18 points plus? I think someone like Lewis Hall is doing really well, and I probably want to bring him in. So that could be a nice little thing for Timber. For me to get rid of Timber and bring in Lewis Hall. Something that I want to look at. Who was the top point scorer? 97 points from Mr. Rims. 97. Very nice. Again, could have gained extra points. 10 points here for Gabriel and Hall. And 7 points. 17 points he could have probably gained. Is it a tricky one? Yeah. So could have been really high up there. But some teams are going down. Mr. Palmer Rangers is dropping down at the moment. High Havertz is dropping down. Oh, both of those are 1 point lead in my league. So 1,239 points is the top, leading by 20 points, but it can change. Who did the worst? Oh, 38 points here for Mortal Kombat. Could have gained a few extra points. Chilwell on, but that's really it. Very interesting, not even having Salah in your team. Very interesting. And does have money left over in the bank. So, okay. I'm still sitting in that awful position. But hey, we've got to start pushing ourselves. We do still have... my team hasn't changed yet, so hey. We still have our bench boost. We still have our triple captain. We have our wild card back now. So we still got that. We do have 1 transfer left. We still have 1.5, but I'm keeping hold that 1.5 purely because of that assistant managers, which does come in game week 24. So not this game week. Got a few more weeks left before it starts. So the first game week you are looking at for that is at the end or start of February. Start of Feb is when it's looking at coming in. And you've got Arsenal City that weekend as well. So yeah. So now let's have a little look at the top transfers out first of all. And look at the top transfers out. Now, we have suspended player. So he's got 2 games that he's going to be suspended. One is the FA Cup. So that doesn't really matter. He will miss out on Forest, but comes back against Newcastle and then Chelsea. So Wolves actually do have, and then Arsenal. But I think after that Liverpool game, that is when Wolves have got some good games, and I think you can potentially use some Wolves players then. Nicholas Jackson is one of the top ones going. Still hasn't kicked it off, and Chelsea is starting to lose out on their games that they were going to enjoy. So yeah, very interesting one. Madison is another player that's been transferred out quite a lot. Again, surprising. Has got nearly 100 points. Newcastle and Arsenal coming up. and then some mediocre games throughout the season. Bowen injured himself in his last game. So, yeah, going to be out for at least a month. Saka, well, we know how long Saka's out for. Timber's out for a while. Fabianski, head injury expected. I think that's because of concussions and all that lot. So I think that's why. A lot of people taking out Sancho. I can understand why, because he didn't play in the last game week. But with them losing against Ipswich, that could be a bit of a red herring. Gomez, hamstring, no date coming forward. So people getting rid of him. Not that many people had him in the first place. Also, I didn't see that. Haaland as well. 14.8 million. Had dropped. Did go up to 14.4. So 0.6 gone down. So, and was under his starting value. So potentially looking, you can potentially start having Haaland eventually. For me, I think after the Spurs game is one you really want to have Haaland, because that's when City always starts to do well from March onwards. They always do really, really well. And they will go on a big, big run. So I think after the Liverpool Spurs game, that's it. Yeah. A lot of goalkeepers. Anana's out as well, but he's only just getting 1 point here, and that's about it. And I think that's the reason why. But now let's have a look at the top players transferred in and why. So Chris Wood, one of the top ones, but you do have Liverpool coming up. Then they do have a nice little string. So I think some players out there trying to think about not the Liverpool game, but games afterwards, which I kind of agree. They do then have a bit of a tricky period, then some good games, but as Forest are doing really well, can't see that. I can see him doing it. Isak is getting up there. Is more replacement for Haaland and that cheaper value as well. Hall, as I said, I think I'm going to get Timber out, get Hall in, and that means I'm going to gain money. I'm going to gain some money, and that's another good thing coming up. Ariel, again, doing really well. And I think some players may bring him in after the Liverpool game, but we'll see. A lot of it is done with the top is Newcastle and Nottingham Forest. Diaz 7.4, 7.6, and Alexander 7.2, by number 7.7. So those four players are could be expensive, but if you mix it with someone like Hall, you can get away with some good value. Robinson has gained a lot of interest, and especially with some games coming up that could really help for Fulham. That could be another option. Gakpo is another good one coming in. Jesus up there. Ollie Watkins has come in because of Duran being suspended. I think that's why people put that in. And of course, he did get 12 points against Brighton. But he did score and got an assist. So it does help. Alex Iwobi again is up there, but his last few games he's only got 2 points. But it does have Ipswich, West Ham, and Leicester coming up. So nice little runs, should we say. Gibbs White. Again, Gibbs White is very, very strong player. I do like Gibbs White, but would I put him against Liverpool? Potentially no. Mo Salah's up there. So yeah, where's a Palmer's still at Pickford. What's Pickford's fixtures coming up like? Mix and match. Still could do really well against Spurs. And very, very tricky. So yeah. So some very interesting motions out there. I can understand why those top 5 players are being picked. For me personally, I agree. Lewis Hall is one of these outstanding players that are coming through. Chris Wood, one of the surprising players of this season. So yeah, very, 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 very nice. And I am liking that quite a lot. Especially with these fixtures coming up. Yes, Newcastle do have to travel to Spurs. But, sorry, but Spurs, what Spurs is going to turn up? That's all that I would say. Villa, Leicester, Bournemouth, Everton, Palace, Chelsea, City, West Ham, Southampton, Brentford are your 3 o'clock kickoffs. Your Saturday evening kickoff is Brighton versus Arsenal. And then we go into Super Sunday where we have Fulham, Ipswich, Liverpool versus Manchester United. And then we finish off the weekend at Wolves versus Nottingham Forest on Monday Night Football. The very lovely little games coming out. So yeah, I think, as you can see, my team as it stands right now, I do have to look about Timber. I do have to think about Enzo. So yeah. So what do? I will definitely. I do have to probably get rid of Timber and probably get Lewis Hall in, and that means then I will save myself. I'll save myself what, worth 1.5 million. Well, we'll take that. I can use that down the line. So yeah, so very nice. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be live on Saturday the 4th at around 10-ish for about an hour and a bit, going into the deadline for that 11 o'clock deadline. So for now, ladies and gentlemen, have a lovely time and good luck for this weekend. Goodbye from now.